thank you so much for stopping by. It's your girl, Ginger, and you are officially in the Ginger Hood, but it's Ginger's way. If you have not yet moved into my Hood fam, I need you to do so right away. Just click that subscribe button, and that makes you a part of my official Hood fam. Don't forget to hit that like button, give me them thumbs up, and always leave your comments below. Definitely. So I thank you guys so much for kicking it with me once again. This is one of my, well, hold up. I think I say this all the time because I'm always hype about all my videos, but I'm hype about this one as well. This is my get ready with me as I get ready for the coronavirus. Not to catch it, but just to be prepared for whatever is to come. So get ready with me as I prepare for the coronavirus. Now, let me say this. I got to give my disclaimers, okay? One, I am not a fear monger. So I'm not one of those people that run around like, oh my God. No, that's not me. I'm not a fear mongerer, but I am one of those people who believe in being prepared. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but I am actually a prepper. I do not prep for doomsday, because as you know, there are some people that prep for doomsday because they believe you can prepare for the end of the world. When if it's going to be the end of the world, how can you prepare for what's going to be the end, right? Okay, so I don't prepare for the end of the world because you cannot prepare for the end of the world. The only way to prepare for when the Most High come back is to follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Okay, so let's get that part out the way. I am a prepper. I do prep because I prepare for a catastrophic situation, whether it's weather related, whether it's biohazardous, like what we're dealing with now with the corona, or whether it's an attack on a power grid, such as an EMP, which is an electromagnetic pulse. Whole nother topic, whole nother video. Not gonna get into it today. But I do prepare for things like that, which means I do stockpile on different things, MREs, emergency supplies, medical supplies, things like that, to make sure that my family is well prepared in the event of something like that was to happen. And I also teach other people how to come up with a plan, how to be strategic, to also do the same thing for either their family or their communities. I'm your girl for that. Whole nother story. So in lieu of everything that's going on with this coronavirus, this is an opportunity to prepare. If you are not already prepared, you need to begin to prepare today. If you are prepared, it's time to put some of those preps into practice. So opportunities like this, I love because you get to practice your plan. You get to practice utilizing the things that you already have. Not everything, because you have to keep, of course, your emergency supplies for emergencies. But you get to activate some of the tactics and some of the things that you have lined up just in case something happened, right? Okay, so I want to talk to you about the coronavirus. My thoughts on the coronavirus and why it's alarming to me. Again, not panicky, not fearing, but it is alarming. But before we get started, I mean, like, you can't get ready for something like the corona, you know what I'm saying, unless you got something to sip on. And I'm not no sipper or whatever. I like my mason jars. But who wants to go through a pandemic without something to sip on? You feel me? Okay. Now, I'm not really a sipper, like I said. So this right here is actually more than enough for me. But this is one of my new favorite wines. I think I had this bottle for like 3 months. Wait, no. I got this bottle in October. Clearly, I'm not a sipper. But it tastes very, very, very good. If you can see that, my light might be in the way. Either way, it's Blackberry by Mogan David, if that's how you pronounce it. I love it. It tastes so good. Oh my God. And shout out to my brothers, SOT, because they like this. That's how I learned about it, from camp. You know what I mean? If you don't go to camp, you need to go to camp. Whole nother story. But yes, I love this wine. It's so good. Never finished a full glass, but I'm going to sip with you guys today, because how do you prepare for a pandemic without something to sip on? You feel me? Okay. It is so good. Okay, so let me give you my thoughts on the coronavirus to get started. Okay, we first heard about the coronavirus about a month ago, right? Right. And we knew that something was breaking out in Wuhan, China. Yes, we didn't know exactly. So they say, now let's clear that up. They say, the government, the CDC, health officials, the World Health Organization leaders said they did not have a lot of information on it. They knew it was kind of like a flu. They didn't know exactly where it came from. They just knew it derived in Wuhan, China. And if I'm pronouncing Wuhan, China wrong, then don't kill me, okay? I'm not from there, so you know what I'm talking about. The city with the W, that's in China. Okay, so they were not sure where it came from, how it started, and according to the CDC here in America, they didn't know much information about the coronavirus. Now, here's the problem with me. They did not know much about the coronavirus, but they knew to call it the COVID-19 or whatever the case may be. They had a name for it already somehow. Even though they didn't know about it, there was a name for it. The other thing that kind of had me a little shook, not shook, but just it had my wheels turning. A reporter had asked the CDC official a question, and the question was, since here in the United States, we all order a lot of things from China, okay, your bundles, all you AliExpress people, all you Alibaba and all the Wish, you know, which I don't order from Wish because I wish they would send my shit on time, but they don't. My shit come months later. Whole nother story. I don't order from Wish anymore, but that's another website where the items are usually from China. A lot of the things that we have here in the United States are China made. They come from China. So the question was asked whether or not this coronavirus can live on surfaces or not, okay? And the answer was, it's highly unlikely. This was the response from a CDC official. They said that it's highly unlikely that this virus can live on surfaces. Now, that did not resonate well with me, and it didn't resonate well because the question was a yes or no question. You know, the question required a yes or no answer, and there was not a yes or no answer. The answer was, it's highly unlikely. I don't know what to make of that. So since you can't tell me yes or no, I'm going to assume that yes, it can. Especially since if you go back and look at some of your home cleaning supplies, don't look at the new ones. Look at something that you may have been had, and you look on the back, majority of them, not all of them, and this goes for off-brand and name-brand products, had the coronavirus listed on the back. So me, for those that don't know, I'm also Inspector Gadget, and on the radio program that I'm on, I usually cover, you know, the news, current events, and things as it pertains to the community. So quite naturally, my wheels are beginning to turn, and I wanted to do more research as to figure out, well, if they don't know much about this, how the hell did it end up on the back of your cleaning supplies? So upon my research, most companies that create cleaning supplies, they all begin to list it on the back of the supply since 2009. 2009. Hello. Mind you, these are the same CDC officials who just said that it's highly unlikely that it can live on surfaces. So how the hell do you have a surface cleaner that got coronavirus on the back if you don't know, or it's highly unlikely that it can live on surfaces? Do you get where I'm going with this? So since they don't know, and they're not sure if it can live on surfaces, and since they're not really sure as to how this virus is spreading, you know, well, they know it's, you know, of course, airborne and person-to-person contact and things like that, but they don't have a cure for it, they don't know how to handle it, they don't know how to contain it, but you got it on surface cleaners, but you're not sure if it can end up on surfaces. So does that mean that the product is lying to us? Or do they have enough information to know that it can actually live on surfaces? Either way, when the CDC act like they're not sure about certain things, we have to be smart and we need to prepare. We need to make sure that we are prepared for anything. I'm not saying that we're going to get it, because I've heard cases where they say black people can't catch it. Hey, I don't know. Dr. Savior ain't here to say yes or no. You know, I don't know. It may be true that we can't. But we need to think about this. And we need to consider that if, let's just say you catch pink eye, right? You catch pink eye, now your immune system is weakened a little bit. So you have pink eye, your immune system is weakened, and you're all around Walmart, dollar store, the club, the airport, wherever you go. That means that now your immune system is susceptible to get all types of other viruses, right? So why not protect yourself to make sure that does not happen? That's all I'm saying. So again, it's not to make you scared. I don't want nobody panicking. Ginger ain't saying you're going to get nothing. I'm not saying none of that. All I'm saying is, let's just prepare. Let's make sure that you're doing everything that you possibly can to protect your family, to make sure that you guys, minimize the risk of contracting the coronavirus, okay? So, what I'm going to do is I decided to show you guys a few of the preps that I have. Preps is just short for preparations and things that you've, had aside to prepare for whatever the case may be. I'm going to show you some of the things that I have that I will be using to help keep my family safe. Oh, also, this is the other thing I wanted to bring to your attention real quick before I start. I had to write my notes down. We have to keep in mind that the dangerous thing about this virus is that the CDC says, and health officials says, that it starts off like the common cold, right? Sore throat, probably stuffy nose, I can imagine maybe runny eyes, I don't know. But it starts off like a common cold. Then at some point, that cold transitions into flu symptoms. That's when you get your body aches, your headaches, sweats, things like that. From it moving forward, from the flu-like symptoms, it can turn into respiratory symptoms, things that will remind you of pneumonia, right? So they say it will transition into pneumonia-like symptoms. Now, here's the problem with the pneumonia symptoms. The problem is we have something called walking pneumonia. And for those that don't know, walking pneumonia means you the hell walking around with pneumonia and you don't know you got it because you don't have no symptoms. You catch where I'm going with this? So you can either have the respiratory symptoms or you may not have the respiratory symptoms. So if you don't have respiratory symptoms, but you realize that you done already went through the cold phase, then you thought, okay, well, since this cold is changing, my body hurting, I think I have the flu. Okay, now I'm going through the flu, and now I don't have anything. But you could possibly have walking pneumonia. You get where I'm going. So this is why it's very important that you just protect yourself and make sure that you're taking every precaution possible to minimize the risk of contracting the coronavirus, okay? So some of the things that I have in my preps in my house that I always have, and everything up here I stockpile on. And the only thing I added to this for this particular thing is I bought more face masks. That's it. Other than that, I always keep face masks. And the ones that I get, in fact, I'm going to show y'all that one in a second. I'm going to show y'all the face masks in a second. Everything that I have, I always make sure I stockpile on. I have all of this stuff in loads. I'm talking about loads and loads and loads. You know that you definitely want to always make sure you have bleach, okay? I have all kinds of bleach, all kinds of bleach. It ain't no one set type of bleach. The thing you want to make sure of is that it does say that it kills 99.9% of common household germs. That's important that it says that, because I don't know if you realize some bleaches don't say it on there, and some bleaches are just to bleach clothing or, to wipe things, but will not kill 99.9% of your germs. So when you purchase bleach, you want to make sure that it says kill 99.9% or 100% of household germs. I don't know if one ever say 100, but you want to make sure that it's definitely on there. So yes. The bleach, this is the Clorox bleach. This one does have coronavirus listed. That No Name brand has coronavirus listed on the back. And I had this one for a very long time. I get them from different places. All of them is in Clorox. This one is the Home Store brand. And this one says it kills 99.9% of household germs. Some of them I get from the dollar store. Some of them get from Walmart. Some come wherever. When it's on sale or if it's $1, I buy it, period. You can never have too much bleach, especially when you're just trying to have things together for a emergency or a catastrophic situation. Like myself, again, I prep. So I have stuff like this just to have, always to have. It's always good to have. You also want to make sure you have things like dishwashing liquid, because believe it or not, some people would say, dishwashing liquid, like what's the big deal about that in an emergency? Anybody would think about a dishwashing liquid? You the hell gonna think about it when you're hungry and you ain't got no more paper plates and you gotta wash your dishes, so you want to always rack up on stuff like this. This came from the dollar store, but I have all types of dishwashing liquid. I have bottles of like Ajax, Game, whatever's on sale, I buy it, and you guys already know about me. I'm not a label hoe, so I don't care if it's a name brand, a household brand or not. I check the ingredients or the chemicals. If they line up with a household brand, then I buy it. I don't care about who make it. It could be Willie Bobo III. If it works, if it's the same ingredient, I purchase it. So I have tons of these from the dollar store. Dishwashing liquid is also good for more than one purpose. You can use it for more besides doing dishes. You can use it for a cleaner. Hell, back in my day, we put it in our bath for a bubble bath. I'm just saying, ain't no shame in my game. It is what it is. And they make way bigger, better bubbles than damn bubble bath. Okay, so I'm just saying, hey, ginger's way. Okay. You also want to make sure you have alcohol. I keep alcohol. I keep it stacked up. You can never have too much alcohol. I'm one of those people too that once I clean my house, I like to spray alcohol around. I don't know why. Like after I use bleach and everything, I'll go around and I just spray alcohol around the house. Sometimes after I wipe everything down, I'll spray it with alcohol and wipe it down. I don't know. Don't judge me. I just feel like alcohol just make the house feel super fresh. I don't know. I use it. As you know, it's for more than one purpose. You can never have too much alcohol. Get you some alcohol, not just the kind to drink, but you want some like this. This is an off-brand as well. Sorry, my light is just bright. Got this one, I think, probably from the dollar store. It's $1, 50% isopropyl alcohol. So, yeah, I use it. I use all kinds of alcohol, long as it does what it's supposed to do. Again, compare the ingredients. There it is. You also want to make sure you have tons of first aid kits. I have a big one because I'm also a licensed cosmetologist, as you guys know, so that's one of the requirements. So I do have a big one, and I have a big one in my preps. Always have a first aid kit. You can have several first aid kits. You don't have to have just one particular kind because you can never have too many. You know that mommy look, right? That's what I had to just give my kids because I done told them 50 million times that I'm recording. And you know what? It's a shame that we do everything for our children. They get all the time, all the space, everything. But when you try to do something for you, they just can't respect what you ask. And all I simply asked was for them to disappear while I record my YouTube video. You feel me? And I'm quite sure there's other moms out there that can relate. But I think it's rude and I think it's disrespectful. I'm just saying. And I'm not going to edit this out because I had this video perfect so I wouldn't have to edit it. Okay? Now, back to what I was saying. You can never have too many first aid kits. Get you first aid kits, rack up on them. The more people that are going to come around you in a catastrophic situation, think that you need 3 for each person. That's how I like to look at it. I have a large family, so I always keep first aid kits around. Okay, always have those. Oh, and these I got for $1 or maybe like 97 cents, but I got these from Walmart. I do have some that came from the dollar store, and I have some that came from CVS when they're on sale. I have a whole bunch of them. You can never have too many first aid kits, so you definitely want to make sure you have that. I have my wipes, my Lysol wipes. Woo! And these are some that I've had, and these also have the coronavirus on the back. And this was before Wuhan, China, whatever it's called. It's right there. Human coronavirus. Some of your bottles will have it listed under the C's for coronavirus, but I realized this one has it under human coronavirus. So always have these, rack up on them when they're on sale, buy them. All the ones I have are not Lysol. Again, I get some of this stuff from the dollar store, but I do make sure it says that it will kill germs. If it does not or will not kill germs, you're defeating the purpose. You don't just need something to smell good. You need it to disinfect surfaces. So this comes in handy. You can never have too many of these. Oh, see, and here's my alcohol spray bottle. See? And if you don't have a spray bottle, you can just pour some in a bottle and spray it, a regular bottle. Hell, I keep old like hairspray bottles and fill them up with whatever I need. Stuff like this though. So yeah, you can spray this around. This is 70% isopropyl alcohol. So I definitely have that. You always want to make sure you have hand sanitizer. Have it on deck. I know you hear a lot of people say, you know, hey, we don't like hand sanitizer. You know, we prefer soap and water. That's great. And you can prefer soap and water till the wheels fall off. I prefer soap and water too. However, I also prefer, after soap and water, some hand sanitizer. I'm not a health official. I don't know if soap and water is better than hand sanitizer. I don't know. I just like to use both. So you can never have too much hand sanitizer. You can also mix alcohol in it and rub it on your hands, because I have some things that I'm going to mix 50-50, you know, and shake it up, let it, you know, become a soft solid again, and you can rub it on your hands. So people put alcohol in it. You can buy it with alcohol in it, whatever. Have tons of it. I have big ones. I have a lot of these little ones. I got these from the dollar store. I have tons of these. And they're like different fragrances and stuff like that. And I have tons of these big ones. So always rack up on hand sanitizer. Again, it does not have to be name brand. You just want it to sanitize. That's the goal. If you are a label whore, then you spend all the money you want on the name brand. I get what's on sale and I get what works. I don't care what it's called. But this one works great. You also want to make sure you have some gloves. So these are multi-purpose latex gloves, nothing major. Got these from Target. I think these were like $2 and it came with 30 in here. And it's a simple latex glove, okay? Now, these are important to have for more than one reason, because you can use a glove for more than one reason. This is good to protect your hands if you're touching people or helping people, or if you just don't want germs on your hands, period. These are great to use, but these are also great to use if you need to filter water. That's a whole nother lesson, because I'm telling you, this whole prepping thing, there will be a part 2 to this, okay? So right now we're just going to talk about prepping for the coronavirus. So this will be a part 2. I will show you how you can filter water and things like that using a latex glove. As far as your hygiene, you always want to make sure you rack up on stuff like this. It's simple body wash. You can compare this to Caress. It smells just like the Caress, because I love the Caress body wash, the one that looks just like this. You can compare it to Caress. I think this was like $1 and some change. You know, I rack up on these. This came from Walmart. Again, I think it's what, Equate? Yep, Equate brand. I also get body washes from the dollar store. There is no shame in my game. As long as it wash your body, that's what counts, okay? And think about it. When you're in a catastrophic situation, no one's going to be like, oh, my shower gel don't smell like berries. You're going to be happy that your behind is clean. You were able to wash yourself and keep your hygiene intact during a catastrophic or pandemic such as this. So rack up on body wash and shower gel. You definitely want to make sure you have that for this situation as well. Once I go through everything, I'm going to tell you why. Also make sure you have bars of soap. Now, I have knockoff soap. Yes, I do. I have tons of soap that's knockoff soap. I'm not against knockoff soap. However, for my lovely lady spots, my lovely lady parts, I only use Dove Sensitive Skin. If it's not Dove, then I use Equate Sensitive Skin, but the one that says compared to Dove. So that's what these are. I do have some that I buy that smells good, that's cute, that are no name brand that I got from the dollar store. for, you know, my preps, but I also have these as well, because you can use this all over your body. And if someone in your family or in your community that may, you know, be with you during a catastrophic situation, they may have allergies or whatever, sensitive skin, blah, 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 la-di-da, sensitive skin soap. You can never go wrong. Everybody can use it. You feel me? Make sure you keep up with that. Now, for your body intake, things to help your immune system stay strong during a pandemic or stay strong during a catastrophic situation. I believe in vitamin C. This is Spring Valley vitamin C. I got these from Walmart. I have these, and I have some that are chewable. You can even get vitamin C from the dollar store. I have some of those too. The key is to have enough to sustain for you and your family. When it comes to emergencies and catastrophic situations or pandemics, no one's going to be thinking about the name of what you have. They're just going to be happy and giving praise to the Most High that you have it to give. So you want to make sure you have vitamin C. You want to make sure you have a lot of it. And I also believe in these immune support gummy chewables. You can always have these. I'm not saying they will never expire, but I also learned how to administer medications depending on what they are and what chemicals is in them once they expire. And I'll also have a lesson on that. I'm actually having an emergency preparedness seminar coming up for people who are interested in learning how to prep. I will show you how to do that and how to administer medications, whether you have to triple the dose, lessen the dose, whatever the case may be, depending on what it is. So don't throw away your medicines. If you got some crazy people that pop pills or pop medications, hide them, put them up so they don't get to them, but don't throw them away because you may need them in a catastrophic situation. But I give these to my family daily. They're good. They're chewable. Oh my God, they're so good. And I also have these in my preps for catastrophic situations. Oh, and as you see, they're Equate, no name brand. You can compare them to Airborne. And I think this bottle was like maybe $3 something, I think. And you get 42 in here, so I have tons of them. So not expensive at all. Also, emergency and emergency also reminds you of like an Airborne, but it's not Airborne. It almost reminds you of a Tang. Y'all remember Tang, the orange juice? It tastes like Tang to me a little bit. I'm not saying a whole lot of it, but a little bit. Just mix it with water and it helps your immune system. These are filled with vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc. And those are things that are definitely needed for your immune system to help fight off infections, germs, and things like that. And it helps build your immune system to keep you from it. Stuff like this and these supplements, I like to take at least a week before I travel out. On an airplane, on a bus or train, anywhere where you're, breathing in recycled air. I love to start taking these things and get them in my system before I do travel. That'll help a whole lot. Because you got to think about it. When you're on an airplane, you're on an airplane with hundreds of people. If it's that big of a plane, if not 90 people, or if you're on a private jet with 3 people. The point is, for the duration of your trip, you are breathing recycled air. So wherever each person was, whoever they were around, that's that air that you're breathing for the duration of your trip, which is why this whole corona thing is a little crazy. Wherever there's an airport, a busy, high volume airport, you need to be preparing starting now, okay? You need to be preparing. And I say that because it's not to say everybody on the plane have the coronavirus. I'm not saying that. But you have to keep in mind, with everybody that's on the plane, let's say you're coming from the Bahamas, and you have a layover in Florida. So your plane lands in Florida. Let's say about 100 people get off the plane because they have a connecting flight, right? Now, 100 people that you done been on a plane with already for the duration of your flight, then got off the plane. Some may already live in Florida. Some may be going to another airline to catch another plane. Well, those groups of people are carrying the same breathing air and germs that they just breathed and shared with you on that plane to their destinations and on the other plane. Now, the people that remained on that plane who did not get off, there's new passengers that got on. Now they're being exposed to that same recycled air that was on there with those other people, and you're continuing on to your journey and so on and so forth. We don't know if the new people are getting off to connecting flights once they land in wherever you guys are going. So you get where I'm going. Each group of people that come on and off these planes, whether they're layovers or no, are breathing that same recyclable air and are going to their destinations and possibly and potentially spreading germs and viruses. So that's why it's important that you guys build up your immune systems before you travel and during times like this. You catch the pink eye, your immune system is weakened, now you're open and susceptible to catch anything. Get you some immune support gummies, you know, some emergency. Take your herbs. If you believe in herbs, I have a whole bunch of herbs. I have a canister full of herbs. That's a whole nother story. But you want to do things to build your immune system up, okay? If by any chance, you know, you begin to feel like you're coming down with something, you need to start taking something immediately. You always want to make sure you're drinking tons of water, tons of fluids, but you also want to try to beat it, get ahead of it. If you don't take medicine, fine. That's fine. I do take medicine because I have to work. I have a family to provide for, and I just cannot afford to be down and out because who won't pay the bills? You feel me? I do rack up on stuff like this. Again, I know how to administer medicine, whether it's expired or not. I have a whole breakdown on what medicines will weaken, which medicines will get stronger. So I know how to administer medications once they're expired. However, these are not expired, but I do rack up on these. These were on sale. Again, no name brand. Got these from Walmart. Daytime, nighttime, you can't beat them. Rack up on things like this. Another good place to rack up on medications too is the dollar store. When I tell you I rack up on joint medications, joint rubs, aspirin, cough medicine, Pepto, all of those things are $1. Remember, you're not using these now, and there's nothing wrong if you did, but these are to have for an emergency or catastrophic or pandemic situation. So it's always good to have them. Don't sleep on the dollar store. Rack up on things like that. You may not take medication, but what if somebody, you know, that's a part of your community that's going to be with you in a catastrophic situation? What if they need an aspirin? You got to think like that when you're preparing. So that's that for like your immune system and things to help fight off infection, fight off cold, you know, to keep your immune system built up so that you don't be open to just get any and everything. So these things come in handy. Now, for my mask. I have these. I have tons of them. I have some right here so you guys can see them. This is the N95 mask. This is the mask that the government recommends health officials and health organizers to use. When you watch the news and you see people in these hospitals and they're working with patients and they got the gloves on, the visor, all of that, and the mask, it's one of these. It may not be shaped the same, may not be the same brand, but it's N95. N95 have a respirator in it. It also serves as like a filter, and it will help keep out most germs, most viruses, and these are what they're good for. Right now, they're sold out everywhere. That's why when you learn to prepare, you will always have these things. And if you decide to buy more, you'll just be buying extra to add on to what you already have. So I have some for my family. I have enough to sustain for me and my family. They are sold out everywhere. Like I said, I've looked on Amazon. I looked everywhere. They are sold out. I'm going to tell you a secret toward the end of the video where you can find these. If you don't find them in your local drugstore, Walmart, or Lowe's, or wherever, I'll give you a secret. But you'll have to hurry up and get them because they may be gone. They might be gone now. I don't know. But I'll tell you where to get these from. And if you are interested in learning how you can make a mask that will help fight off or help protect you from getting different viruses, how you can make a homemade mask with a filter in it, click the link below because I'm going to show you how to make a mask for your family if you cannot find one or if you cannot afford one. There are simple things you can buy for under $5 per mask that will make more than one that you can put together for your family to help protect them from getting any other types of viruses or anything that's going on right now. I will show you how. If you're interested, just click the link below. Now, let's talk about the food. So, in a catastrophic situation, you want to always make sure you rack up on your water. I like purified water and alkaline water. However, you know, it's hard to find pure alkaline water. I know how to make it. So at some point I will make it and store it. But for now, I'm going to be honest, I have tons of purified water. I get these. I get my purified waters from either Dollar General or Walmart. The ones at Walmart are 67 cents a gallon. I have tons of those. These are $1 from Dollar General. So I rack up on these. Again, no name brand. This is Clover Valley. The ones from Walmart, I think they are Great Value. I think that's the name of them. Are they Great Value? The purified ones right here? They are, yeah, they're Great Value. 67 cents at Walmart. You can't go wrong. So you want to always rack up on water, because people don't think. They're thinking, oh, I'm not going to get the coronavirus. That's fine. You might not get the coronavirus. That don't mean people in your neighborhood aren't going to get the coronavirus. And if it becomes a major thing in your neighborhood, you may have to quarantine in your home, which means they're going to tell you, hey, mister, you can't come out your home for the next several days. If you're caught slipping and you're told to stay in your home, do you have these supplies to hold you over while you are actually in your home? This is how we have to start to think. It's not so much to say, oh, you're going to get it, you're going to get it, you're going to get it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, in a catastrophic situation, in a pandemic situation like this, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how this thing is going to unfold. Why not be prepared? Why not just have what you need in your home just in case? That's all it is. Preparing. That's all. Make sure you rack up on water. Also, I'm going to take this a step further. You want to make sure you have your canned goods. Make sure you have your pastas, your rice, beans, things like that. You can never go wrong. I do stockpile on beans, rice, nuts, seeds, all of that. I have all of that stuff. You want to make sure you have those things so that you have something to eat in case you cannot leave your home. You have something to drink in case you cannot leave your home. Do not rely on the water that comes out the filter, because it's horrible. I mean, out of your faucet. It's horrible. We boiled some water a couple weeks ago and the water was still brown. Okay. So I wouldn't rely on that unless you know how to filter your water, which I do, which again, in my seminar, I'm going to show that. Some of it I may get footage of, or I may do it in one of these other videos, but you can filter your water to make it, drinkable in case you don't have extra water to drink at your house. And for whatever reason, let's say, you were able to go out to the store and get something to eat, but turns out the government wants us to stay in the house for more than 2 weeks. And they're dropping food off by the National Guard. You're getting whatever they give you, but it may not be enough. You may not want it. I don't know. You want to always make sure you rack up on these. This is a 6-day food supply. It's MREs. This is a serving. This feeds 8 people. And this is a total of 66 servings, and it is 3,600 calories total in this box. Okay, this is a 20-year lifespan, shelf life right here. So as long as it's not open, which this has never been open, I have tons of these. I can always go to these. We have them 20-year shelf life, and we can eat these in a catastrophic situation. In the event that we're not able to have food or get food, whatever the case may be, we can get these. This comes in creamy potato soup, hearty vegetable chicken soup, cheesy broccoli rice, creamy chicken rice, maple brown sugar oatmeal, and banana chips. That's what's in here. And I also have some that are for breakfast. Like they'll have like pancakes, eggs, stuff like that. And all you do is add water to those and eat them. So you know how to make fire in case you don't have water. In case you don't have hot water, you can make a fire, heat your water up. Or even if it's cold, just put it in there. Bada bing, bada boom, you can eat it. The only rule to your preps is this. Out of everything that's up here, this will be considered the things that you have set aside from your normal day-to-day supplies. That means you don't touch this stuff up here. So you only touch this stuff after which day after a catastrophic event, girls? That's right. Say it again. Third. After the 3rd day. 1, 2, 3. That's when you touch your preps. You do not break into any of your emergency supplies until day 3 after a catastrophic situation or a pandemic, meaning there's total chaos. There's nothing else in the stores. You can't leave your house. There's nowhere to go. You can't get no gas. That's when you break into this stuff right here. Now, if you need your mask before then, by all means, if that's the only mask you have, put that on. But far as breaking into these items, far as like your foods and your extra waters and bleaches, thug it out until day 3, because that's when shit really is going to hit the fan, and that's when you're going to need these items. Day 1, day 2, chill. Day 3, thug it out. After that, get with it. Not until day 3, okay? My nails are so long, can't get my nose together. Okay, so you want to make sure you have some of those. You also want to make sure you have these. These are emergency calorie ration bars. And what these bars are, there's 6 bars in here. It's 1 bar per person. Is 1 bar per person, and 1 bar is your meal for the entire day. So if you have some of these, and again, you don't break into this until day 3, and you only break into this if you don't have these items over here, like the box, the container of freeze-dried foods. If you have those, you know, I would do this first, and then I would go to that, but I wouldn't do it all in the same day. Give yourself some days in between. That way you holding on to your preps, okay? But this is only in the event of a pandemic where you cannot get to the store, or the stores are out of food, you're starving, you're sitting here like this. Then you break into these, okay? Now, here's the secret about these and this. I got both of these, the container of freeze-dried foods, I got out of Walmart, and I got these out of Walmart. These are in the camping section. Now, here's the secret about these. If you or anyone you know carry the Platinum Elizabeth Taylor card, aka EBT card, you can purchase those items. So if I was you, I would start preparing and buying that stuff now before they stop that, okay? But as of right now, it's considered food, and you can purchase those items with that Platinum Elizabeth Taylor card. What the heck are you waiting for? So do what you gotta do and get it. So you definitely want to make sure you rack up on those things. Also, we talk about food. You want to make sure you have your snacks. Like, who want to be in the house without a snack? Not me. I'm a snackaboo. So I want to make sure I always have my snacks. I want to always have what I need. And so, bam. These don't go in my preps. I'm eating these today, probably. Well, I bought some for my other daughters, but I'm a nerd girl. I love nerds. Ow. So the other 2 I bought for my daughters. But you do want to make sure you have candy and stuff like that in your preps. I just got this up here so you guys can see it, but we're actually going to eat these today. Yeah. So you want to make sure you have candy and stuff in your preps. Snacks, things that you're going to want. They have freeze-dried snacks too, like cookies and cakes and stuff like that that you can have in your preps. You definitely want to have that stuff in there. It's nothing like being stuck in the house and not having those snacks, right? You also want to have some entertainment. So if you have little children or teenagers or whatever, make sure you have tons of coloring books, crossword puzzles, games. Like, we love Monopoly over here and Uno and stuff like that. Make sure you have those things aside for an emergency. If you want to pack some in your kit, you can. You know, like I try to have coloring books, crossword puzzles, things like that already packed away, crayons, pencils, stuff like that. Have that stuff set aside and already in your prep so that in the event it go down, you got some entertainment. We have, these aren't a part of the preps, but you really don't, I mean, if it happens, you're already in your house, or just grab your daggone games and stuff. So we do have these over there. They begged me to buy these, and I think my kids only played them like maybe 1 time. Have y'all played these even once? No. They haven't even played them once. So I think they owe me like $3. Okay, but yeah. So yeah, so you just want to make sure you have these things in there. And again, if you like to drink, make sure you have you some wine or something. Because you can never go wrong with that. Hey, it might kill some time. I don't know. So that's pretty much it as far as my preps. This is like everything that I can think of to tell you guys to make sure that you can start preparing and make sure you guys are ready for this pandemic. Again, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not saying anybody's going to get it. I don't wish anyone that's watching, I don't wish this on any of you. I don't want any of you to get it, you know, but be prepared in case we're locked in the house for a few days. You never know. Your area may have to quarantine. Your kid's school may have to be closed. Because I'm going to tell you, let any of my kids come home and tell me little boo-boo sneezed or little boo-boo got the flu. They're going to be home. I'm just being real. I don't have time. I just don't have time for them to get sick. You have to be mindful if any of your children are asthmatic. Make sure you have enough medicines for them. Stockpile on that. Ask your doctor, hey, like, you know, do what you got to do. Ask the doctor to give you extra prescriptions. Whatever you have to do, make sure that your family is well equipped and well prepared to handle a situation like this, okay? So these are all my preps. Again, you know, start small, do what you can. I didn't get to where I am with all of my preps in one day. I started accumulating things over time. So start somewhere. Take $10, go to the dollar store, buy 10 items. You know, but for this situation, I would definitely recommend getting tons of bleach, masks if you can still find them, your first aid kits, hand sanitizer, soaps. I definitely recommend you getting these things like ASAP. Make sure your refrigerators and your houses are filled with food because you just do not know what's going to happen. Each day, if you have an extra $5, re-up on something, whether it's a canned good or so. Just make sure from this day forward, if you have not already, make sure you have things just in case anything happened. You guys are well prepared, okay? That's all I can ask. I'm not asking anyone to get scared. I'm not trying to cause no alarm. I'm not trying to be no fearmongerer. I just want us to be smart. Prepare. There's nothing wrong with being prepared, okay? So, I definitely thank you guys for tuning in and watching. As I said, I will have a part 2, and I will break down how to strategically plan and prepare for catastrophic situations. I will also tell you how to begin to even buy your preps, because there's ways to this. There's levels to this, like, and it don't take a whole bunch of money. So my next video, not right after this one, but part 2 somewhere in the next couple of days, I will show you guys how to do that. Also, be on the lookout if you guys are in like the southern area of the United States. I will be having a emergency preparedness seminar coming up real soon. I will keep you guys posted on that. And if leave your comments below. You have any questions or comments, let me know. Anything that you wonder about, let me know, okay? And I will do my best to find out for you. If you just want to leave a comment about this video, do so below. Again, click the link below if you want to know how to make a face mask with a filter in it for your family. If you cannot buy one, I'm going to show you. Just click the link below and you can watch that video there. Again, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope I didn't talk too much, but if I did, click the subscribe button, become a part of my hood fam, and click the like button, comment below, and I will see you again. And as always, it's a beautiful day in the ginger hood, but it's ginger way, baby.